Good evening. December has now become the foremost literary magazine in America. You can kick Kenyon Review to the curb, Poetry Monkey Zine, American Poetry Review, and I think it's apparent now. Les Invalides, the cripples. Day breaks, Sunday morning in the Rue Saint-Denis. An aproned sweeper man pushes piles of detritus, baubles, spent condoms, wine and whiskey bottles, shiny candy left by the whores and the hustlers and their customers. The neon glows angry in the gray morning light. Across from the Sauna Saint-Denis, from the Triple X bookstore, within peeping distance, the Church of Saint Louis Saint-Gilles, old as the Knights Templar. Its stones, some say, ancient and hard as the heart of God. In candles' glow he lay sprawled, filthy, shoeless, across a heated iron grate, beneath Giordano's terracotta La Pieta. A visitor, an interloper, kneels to place a few franc coins beside the sleeping man, careful not to wake him, not to soil his own hand. Disturbed at the sight, another fetches an old sister from her desk in the vestibule. She listens to his outrage of encountering such a one in this holy place. Her face is calm, iridescent, painted porcelain. She smiles, indulgence, understanding, and speaks. He is one of ours. Ashamed, the man turns, then leaves, eyes downcast. Light falls softly onto the cold slate floor. And leaving, oh, we had met him, Christ. Bleeding sacred beads of loneliness, world-weary and bended as an old woman. Outside, in the Rue Saint-Denis, morning comes, unvast, unbeautiful, ungenerous. Candy pants. The bug house, or so us kids called it, hotel chock full of nuts. Old German answer to Wuthering Heights. Just a quick crawl up Arsenal Street, where they took Aunt Minnie that hot August afternoon, never to be spoken of again. Banished for the sin of unwed motherhood. Not a girl, a woman, Cherokee half-breed, who drank every job out from under her feet. Fairgrounds, full of men. I thought she was pretty. Her child, Lily was her name. Born deaf and dumb, both safe now, 1,000,000 miles away, closer than a locust's call. And Arno Hauser, who owned the confectionery on the corner, the building with the tin awning out front, and the basement, colliginous, pungent with the aroma of white owls and Russell Stover. Arno Hauser, who drove his delivery wagon over the cobblestone streets of the neighborhood, day after day, dreaming how he would give the boys money or candy, a smoke, a ride, compulsion's sweet obstinacy. How never would it abandon him. The ready hardness, the pressure building within, even on that last morning, still fondling that single, uncompromising thought. You are the one. And from December magazine, floating along upon the Empress River on a hand-hewn Bauhaus bench, gliding upstream, is everything it might be imagined to be, and effortless as a lie. Did I mention the part about Frank Lloyd Wright seated beside me? No, not that Frank Lloyd Wright. This Frank Lloyd Wright, the architect. He calls his splendid mahogany creation his dreamboat and gestures to the distant spires of bluffs and describes in minutest detail the nature of the structures he contemplates, how form and function integrate. He has an eagle's eye. A strange bird, Frank, say some, but not me. Some of you reading this, I'm sorry to say, lack vision. You're afraid to go out on a ledge, content to remain safe in your cubicle, or listening to your co-workers gossip beside the water cooler, lapping up every malicious syllable. The funny part is, when was the last time you even saw a water cooler? You see, you're nothing more than a weary anachronism with legs. We have nothing in common. So why don't you just ease yourself off our private pram and begin your long swim downstream. You'll get where you're going quicker than you think. Sorry, young man, I couldn't resist. Even Frank is laughing out loud at that one and shouts, "Man, overboard!" Good one, Frank. Good one. We always seem to know what the other is, and when we're together like this, just relaxing, one architect and one genius, at one with nature. Well, that's how it is with old friends like Frank and me. Or is it Frank and I? Amazing. And the sky is amazing. Frank agrees avidly. We cast our lines up high into the clouds, and I turn his way with a single knowing smile. Frank has already sensed what I haven't any need to say. Now that, my straw-hatted friend, is fly fishing. The Tattooed Man. What but regret works its will more insistently to remind us we're alive, until at the end, if there is an end, its notions have consumed us through and through. And my dreams, looking down on me, said one to the other, this life has let us down. I like to do political poems once in a while. So, If you'll bear with me a minute, kind of want to set the stage.
Oops.
Oh, it did. John always has these simple solutions. I'd sit there and screw with the thing for an hour. Almost ready. Focus group, which is why I'm running for president. America needs to be leading the way, tapping into our greatest resource, the working man and woman. How to handle emerging threats to the weak economy, knowing how to piss or getting off the pot when the going gets tough. And above all, handling which way the wind is blowing and seeking out the missed opportunities which are surely coming our way. And you know something? No, you don't, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. I stared at my TV. Wondering and thinking, gee, what the half an hour is going on? G has gone into hiding. G is on the run, running for its life, hightailing it, not worrying about where it's going or what's getting for it when it's getting there. G is living the life in Wheeling, West Virginia, struggling to make a new start for itself. Another victim in the consonant stream, victimizing the whole frickin' country. G, the last entry in the government Wigness Pig Detection Program. Robert Nazarene at gmail.com. I ran out to, I'm not an academic, I doubt if any of you might believe that, but I ran out to a poetry reading at Washington U one night, and after it was over and they pulled me aside and said they thought I was up past my bedtime, I went home and wrote this poem. Mofo. For John Berryman. I finally got to meet her. Maybe not meet her, but I got to hear her read. Everyone was there, even her. Kind of. By the way, Henry wants to be in this poem. He asked me to tell you it was he who mangled the invitation. After her reading, or was it during, I raised my hand. I had a question or two. Mr. Bones was hungry. He had his eyes on the buffet. Wine and Cheez-Its. Anywho, the host, another famous poet, but not quite as famous as, but more famous than, and neck famous Amazon.com sales-wise as, well, he said she'd be taking no questions tonight. It's been a very tiring week, he said. Snorri Gory Bory spent a thin smile, nodding. That made me think of a third question. Also, by the way, Henry's not just some nobody. No, Henry used to have some very important connections before, well, let's say we stay focused on the positive. Besides, who am I to jump to conclusions? I'd gotten what I dreamed of. If not to meet her, at least to hear her read. She's very famous. Very famous indeed. Why? She's done mofo poetry than Columbus did for the Indians. Thank you very much.